Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how I made this really cute strawberry nail set. So let's jump right into it. So this nail set was actually inspired by this purse right here. I really loved the strawberries with the white flowers and the little leaves, so I really wanted to do that on a nail set, but somehow incorporate a French tip, so I went ahead and did a strawberry French tip. I really love this design, and I think I've seen something similar to it before, but the purse really inspired it for me. So I'm starting off with my base color. My nail tips are already buffed and filed, and I just have them on my stand. My stands are always so crusty, so I apologize for any new viewers that are like, dang, her stands are like crusty. I use them literally every single day, so they are inevitably dirty all the time. Like, I literally can't get rid of it because gel polish gets all over them, especially if I find like lint in the nail. I'll like take it off with the brush and wipe it on the stand because the gel polish actually flakes off of the stand really easily. It's just that I have to take the time to clean it, and then every single day it gets dirty again. So I'm gonna be going in with two different colors, this like more peachy color and then this baby pink, perfect baby pink right on top of that. So I am doing two coats of these sheer gels, and they are not so sheer, so they give the perfect amount of coverage. Anytime you want your press-on nails to look more like acrylic nails, I would recommend using a sheer type of gel as your base. That is the best way to get it looking like acrylic. If you use a really opaque color, it's gonna look more like a fake press-on nail. You know what I mean? I know the press-on nails in the stores nowadays are so realistic. They look more like acrylics nowadays. But this is how I like to make mine look a little bit more like an acrylic nail set. Whenever my customers will send me pictures of them wearing their nails, it's just like so crazy to see how they apply them, because sometimes it literally looks like they came straight out of a salon. It's crazy. Especially because I send them like cuticle oil and stuff so they can really make their nails look really nice. So I'm basically going in with a red French, and I'm just going to be using this red gel, and everything that I'm going to be using will be in the description, of course, other than the products that I haven't launched yet. So I'm going to be going in with my favorite liner brush, and I'm going to be creating a French tip, and I am filling it all in. I do want the French to be a little higher up on the nail, like a little more of a curved smile line. I definitely want there to be enough space on the nude part, because I like when the leaves kind of go into the nude part of the nail and not just sit on the red part. You know what I mean? Like, I specifically wanted the leaves to be able to show, and I feel like if the leaves were on top of the red background only, it just wouldn't show as pretty as it would if I did it on like around the smile line on the nude part. So you guys will see what I mean by that. I don't really know how to explain it that well, but I love an almond French set. It's so classy and cute, and when you make like other designs on top of it, it just makes it so fun and so different. I love people that love fun nails. Like, if you get fun nails and you're not scared to wear stuff like this, that's kind of a little bit out of the box, a little cuter but not too simple. I literally love that about you, because I just love fun nails so much, and these type of nail sets are the cutest ever. I literally want to remake this one for myself because that's how cute it is and how much I love it. I don't know if I'm ever going to get tired of the fruit nail trend. I think I'm not, because I love it. But I don't know when strawberry season is. Like, did strawberry season already pass? Was that like springtime? Because I know we're in summer already. Or is strawberry season in summer? I actually don't know. But I could have sworn the best strawberries were like around spring, like early spring, maybe like March. Because I feel like lately all the strawberries I've been buying, they look so ugly. Like in Costco, they're just not the same. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're not in season right now, so maybe that's why. But I love strawberries. It's actually my favorite fruit. Fun fact. So I love it so much. I like using them in literally so many different recipes too. Like, you can do so much with strawberries. I know that's so random, but yeah. And I'm going to be doing the red French on every single nail set. And then for the green little leaves, I'm going to be grabbing two different shades of green. Anytime you want to paint leaves in any type of nail set, any type of nail design, depending on what you're doing, if you want there to be a little more detail, I would recommend grabbing two different greens, a lighter, brighter green that's more lime, kind of like has a little bit of yellow like this one. And then I would recommend a darker green that is almost like a pine green, or even a forest green if you have it, like a darker green. The one I have, the darker green I'm using today, is definitely more of like a dark army green. I would definitely recommend more of like a dark pine type of green, but this is going to help you create like the prettiest leaves ever, because you're going to have like two tones in the leaves. You guys will see what I mean in a second. But before I did the leaves, I remembered that I had to do the little seeds, and I like mixing a little tiny bit of yellow and white for the seeds. I don't like necessarily going in with just pure white on the strawberry seeds, because I feel like it gives it a little more of a realistic look when you make them slightly yellow toned, because I think in real life they're a little more yellow rather than just white. So I do like to go in with the little skinny liner brush and kind of make them almost like little ovals. Not necessarily little circles, but little ovals. And you can see I'm trying to fix these here because they turned out a little more circular than I liked. So I kind of go back and forth, but this part is super quick and easy. And that's what I love about this design. So I'm just using the liner brush for this. You can also use your dotting tool for it. Just make sure you have a small dotting tool, because the bigger ones will definitely create more of a circle shape, and you definitely want a little more of a like an ovalish if you want them to look a little more realistic for the seeds. And yeah, anyways, back to the leaves. I love using 2 different tones of greens for the leaves. It makes it look so pretty and a little more detailed. So I'm going to be going in and going around the smile line with a thin liner brush, and I'm going to be creating the little vines. So the strawberries grow on like these little vines, right? And I like to add some leaves connecting to that. So I do different shapes of leaves. I like to do bigger ones, smaller ones, and a variety, because it makes it look a little bit more detailed and a little bit different, you know, because in real life, not every leaf is exactly the same shape, or leaf is not exactly the same shape. So I also like to do these little twirly things, and I love this design. This is kind of like going back on a design that I created a while ago that was strawberry shortcake inspired. So that's why when I saw this, I was like, oh, another strawberry shortcake inspired design, but except this time I'm not going to make it pink. I'm going to just do red, and I love red nails, so it was perfect. And you could see here what I mean by putting the green on top of the nude. It just makes it stand out a little bit more, whereas if I would have put the leaves on only the French part, they would not have stood out as much because they're on top of a red base. So I'm going in with the lighter green first and drawing on all the leaves and filling them in really quickly. And then the dark green is going to act kind of as like an enhancement, almost like making the leaves pop a little bit more, because it's going to add some detail and some like outlining. And when you have a thin liner brush, it's super easy to create little designs like this. So I would recommend a thin liner brush. When you have a really thicker liner brush, I know most liner brushes are pretty thin nowadays, but still, when you use a thicker one, you can definitely tell the difference. Like your lines that you need to be thin will not be as thin as you would like, and you can definitely end up getting frustrated. I used to get so frustrated, and I never realized it was because of my liner brushes. So it's just one of those things that you don't think about, because if you're a beginner, I feel like most of the time, if you're not watching a lot of tutorials, you'll probably just get any liner brush you see, and then if it's not working that great, you'll be like, everyone uses a liner brush, but why isn't mine working, you know? So it's definitely has to be a thinner one. And you can see here the thinner liner brush is helping me outline these leaves flawlessly, so I'm going in with the darker color and outlining, and I can go in just one even stroke, and this isn't even a liner gel. And the reason why it's so easy to go in with one stroke is because the brush is so thin, so it's not holding so much product to where it's all glopping around and like creating thick lines. It's creating very nice even lines, and it's because of that. So I'm outlining every single leaf, and it's gonna make it have some dimension, and you can definitely see the difference there. It looks very outlined and pretty, and they stand out way more when they're outlined like this rather than just simple. And I like it simple too. It looks cute, but you guys know me, I'm always extra. I'm always trying to add dimension and add a little pop to every single design that I make. So that's what I'm doing here, and I am doing that to every single leaf basically. So once the leaves are all done, I can finally get started on the flowers. I like to do the flowers after I do the leaves because I want them to look like they're connected to the stems and not necessarily hiding behind them, because I want the flowers to be kind of like a focal point, something cute that you see as soon as you see the nails. So I want the leaves to be on top of everything else. So that's why you'll notice that I did that. And I'm adding a few flowers to each nail. I think I did like 1 to 2. 1 to 2 per nail. If anything, I might have done like 3 on one of the thumbs. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But I'm just using my liner brush for this. And the flowers do not need to be perfectly even on every single petal. Like I said, it'll look pretty and natural if they're just different and, you know, whatever. Even though I think flowers are actually pretty even in real life, like all the petals are the same size, but I just like to have fun with it and make it look like an actual painting. I want it to look like somebody made this by hand, you know. I don't necessarily want it to look like it came out of a factory and is absolutely flawless and perfect. I want it to look really different, fun, and hand painted. I like when things look like that. That's why I love handmade items. Like, I will love handmade things. Like if you go to like one of those vintage fairs or like an antique, not antique fair, what is it called, there's like this thing, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a little fair thing where people go that hand make their items and stuff. I love buying like crocheted things where like you can tell it's handmade. I love buying handmade paintings, or like hand painted stuff. I love anything like that. I like when something looks handcrafted, you know? That's my favorite thing about art, and the fact that it's all different, and it's like every stroke is different. Like every brush stroke is not identical, and I love that so much. That is something I love about art, and I've always loved that ever since I was younger. I think that's why it's always stood out to me. Because I'd been painting since I was like 5 years old. So of course I was never so good at it, and until now that I'm older, I started getting better because I do it with, you know, gel polish. But yeah, I love stuff like that. That's so random. But once I was done with the flowers painting on the white part, I did cure that really quickly and then go into the centers of the flowers with a yellow dot and a dotting tool. And then once that is finally cured, I'm going in with my top coat. I'm using my glossy top coat, and I'm just going to evenly apply this all over the nails. I love doing almond nails because I don't have to file them at the end. Like, that's one of the things that I not hate, but like I don't look forward to, is having to file the nails at the end. I love filing because it gives a really crisp shape, but I prefer not to file because I hate the feeling of the dust. Even when I use a dust collector, it never collects it enough. So I love almond nails so much because I don't have to file them, and because they're trendy, of course, they're just great to do. Everybody loves almond nails for the most part. So yeah, I'm going in and just top coating, and once that was all cured and put away, this is how they turned out. I absolutely love them, and I hope you guys do too. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and let me know what I should film next. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.